All right, Jen St. Dennis is with us from Business of Vancouver. Good morning, Jen. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing well.
All right, we're talking about the Competition Bureau releasing a report about some regulations that need to be relaxed.
Yeah, and they are talking about the taxi industry. So yes, this is all about Uber. We're talking about Uber once again. But yeah, really interesting report from the Competition Bureau, a government agency that's responsible for regulating competition and whether that's happening properly. And what they are recommending is that taxi regulations should really be relaxed so that all of these players can operate and can play by the same rules. So right now, Uber is able to offer lower prices because they do not abide by the same regulations that taxis are under. And taxis are under a lot of regulations. So one of the things that's controlled is the number of taxis. And so the Competition Bureau is recommending that that be relaxed, that there be a lot more taxis allowed, that more drivers be put on. They're also recommending, Uber does that surge pricing when it's busy. The Competition Bureau is recommending that that be allowed for taxis as well, so that when it's busy or there's bad weather, that there can be adjustments of prices. They're also suggesting that all the companies be able to respond to street hails and that there be some incentives to provide for accessible vehicles in areas that are underserved by those.
Right. It's interesting because the taxi companies have long said that if you have too many cabs in the road, then drivers aren't making any money whatsoever. Then they have to drive longer, and it creates a situation where they may be tired while they're driving. So there's lots of rules around this to try and go through.
Yeah, there are a lot. It's a very, very heavily regulated industry, and that's sort of why Uber has been able to come in and offer this service. They've been kind of vulnerable to that. So one of the interesting things in this report is that the cost of a taxi medallion in Toronto, which is like a taxi license, has dropped ever since Uber has been in place. So before they were in place, it was about $360,000. That's now dropped to $188,000. So it sort of shows the power of more competition in a way.
All right, and real quick, we're talking Black Friday about the hype surrounding this, but do the numbers tell the same story? Is it overhyped, or is the hype warranted?
Yeah, there's been a couple of things this week that kind of made me wonder, is it overhyped? One of those things is a poll from Insights West that they put out showing that 68% of British Columbians say that they don't really want to go to Black Friday sales, and they gave a couple of reasons for that it's too busy, that they haven't gotten very good deals in the past. There's also a report from Stats Canada showing that retailers in Canada don't really get much of a boost from this, that shopping tends to be shifted earlier rather than later, which is more normal for Canadian retailers. But one of the trends that's out there is that online shopping is definitely growing. So the Insights West report showed that 23% of people who said that they had gone to Black Friday sales in 2014, 10% of those actually went to the store, and 13% of those stayed home and did online shopping.
Okay, Jen, thank you very much.
All right.
More details, BIV.com for Jen St. Dennis.